Good afternoon, morning, welcome gentlemen. We're going to be filming now. History of the Thameslink franchise. Thameslink, also referred to as Govia Thameslink Railway or Ironboard Seat Champions, is the next company I'm going to be talking about, part of the Thameslink Great Northern and Southern franchise. GTR, or Govia Thameslink Railway, is a joint venture between the Go Ahead Group and French company Keolis. The franchise was originally owned by Govia from the privatisation of British Rail from 1997 to 2006. The franchise's contract was initially meant to end in 2004, but the Strategic Rail Authority awarded Govia with a 2-year extension, which is why it ended in 2006. They announced the shortlisted companies in this bid for this franchise in April of 2005. The shortlisted companies for this franchise being Danish State Railways, First Group, John Lane of MTR, National Express, and Stagecoach. I'm surprised to not see Govia in this list if I'm honest, but they get lucky again, don't you worry. That will be explained later. Newly founded Department for Transport awarded the franchise to First Group, with the services from Thameslink and West Anglia Great Northern transferring to First Capital Connect, with the Thameslink and West Anglia Great Northern services rebranded as First Capital Connect from April 2006. I won't lie to you, I did like the purple livery of the Capital Connect trains. I mean, I'm probably biased because purple is my favourite colour. Yes, I have a favourite colour, and you don't. Sounds like you're the one missing out here, not me. If you're a bit confused about what the West Anglia Great Northern franchise is, that'll be explained in my next video. So I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but I suggest you subscribe so you'll be the first to see it when it's posted. When Govia originally ran the franchise, their mainline services that ran from Bedford to Brighton and Peterborough to Horsham were referred to as the Thameslink City Flyer. And their metro services from Luton, St Albans and Kentish Town to Sutton, Sevenoaks and Orpington were referred to as the Thameslink City Metro. When First Capital Connect came in control of these routes, they scrapped this branding completely, just using the First Capital Connect branding instead, which was apparently quite confusing at the time. The franchise got cut short from 9 years to 7 years to help facilitate the Thameslink programme, which was undergoing development. It was basically cut short so that the new company could be in place to introduce new stock, instead of First Capital Connect introducing them, then having them change over to another company, as the completion of the introduction of the new stock would have been after the original expiry date of the existing franchise. It wouldn't have been necessary to cut the franchise short if First Capital Connect remained in control, but they didn't. So it was actually a smart move as the franchise was awarded to Govia. Govia had lost and regained their baby, with not just the addition of one new franchise, being Great Northern, not 2, being Southern, but 3, being Gatwick Express as well, since Govia last ran the Thameslink franchise. What an upgrade, am I right? First Capital Connect did get to run the franchise for a bit longer than anticipated, as the refranchising process had been put on pause due to the Intercity West Coast refranchising failing. This lasted until September 2014, when the franchise was awarded to Govia under the name Govia Thameslink Railway, or GTR for short. I can't remember because I was a little too young, but from what I've heard, I think the transition from First Capital Connect to Govia Thameslink Railway was praised upon by commuters because the service from First Capital Connect apparently wasn't that good, gaining the lowest overall customer satisfaction rating of any UK operator in 2009 at 75%. Yikes. Can see why they lost the franchise now. Full control of the Sevenoaks line via Catford was given to Govia Thameslink Railway, which was previously joint operated with South Eastern. This type of franchise was unusual for the British Railways, as the income did not go to GTR, but to the government. The government, well, Department for Transport specifically, would pay GTR £8.9 billion over the 7-year period from 2014 to 2021. A lot of engineering work was taking place in London, meaning it would be a challenge for Govia to run under a normal franchise, which is why this type of franchise was given. To be honest, it just means there's less revenue risk for Govia, so it's kind of a W for them. On the Thameslink branded part of Govia Thameslink Railway, Class 700s are used on their routes, with a mixture of 8-car and 12-car units. 12-car units are mainly used on their long-distance mainline services, and the 8-car units are used on their metro services. So what does the future hold for this franchise? Well, for the Thameslink line specifically, there are plans for a Maidstone East to Cambridge service. But the semi-fast rail link, which would go via the Catford Loop rushing through the stations, has been delayed up to 4 times since 2018. Hopefully it will begin in sometime in 2021, but who knows. And that's where we are for the history of the Thameslink franchise. To watch my other history of railway franchises, go to the playlist called History of Railway Franchises on my page. It's not that hard to miss, it's the only playlist there. And stay tuned for the next episode of History of Railway Franchises. What could be next? I guess you have to wait and find out. 119. Do you know what? That was a mess. That was an absolute mess. But editing.